Hey gang, this is Glenn. Welcome to another 10 with Glenn installment where we have been talking about principles that you can put into practice, rock solid principles that will ensure that you will win, succeed in life, regardless of what is going on, because you need to understand that what we have been talking about, setting the foundation of what it means to win, what it means to succeed. You know, I've been closing out each of these segments and shall continue to do so with look in the mirror to make that change. Let's talk about change so that we can see how that also impacts, and when we look at businesses and life, how change is very, very much important to understand what it means to change or what is change, because there's also a concept in business where people use the term change management. So let's talk about a couple of things about change. Here's concept number one. Everyone wants change, but the person is not willing to change. So we always want change, but the individual don't want to change. And then, of course, you know, as human beings, we're always wanting someone else to change, but we're unwilling to change. Or here's some more, that we're always trying to change other folks, and we spend very little time looking to, as I close these segments, to have a look in the mirror to make that change. Have that person say, you know, I can't change you, but I can certainly, and I probably can't change myself, but I can certainly change. Have you figured this out yet? I can change behavior. I can't change your behavior, but I certainly can change my behavior. You know, that's enough for us to camp on. We won't, but it's enough for you to camp on for a while. So you may not have changed as an individual. That is, there's certain things in me, but you can change your behavior. And over a period of time, people will say that you have become a changed person. And then you may even say, I have changed. So let's get into just a couple, 4 or 5 principles in these 10 minutes of that we spent together that identify, number one, identify one area. I want you to do that. One area in your life or business that you would like to see changed. And what does that change look like? So identify one area in your business or in your life that you would like to see change, and then ask yourself, what does that change look like? And then you have to ask yourself, not only what does it look like, now what do I have to do differently for that change to come to pass? And too frequently, the reason why people do not see some of the progress or change is because there's too large of a gap. It's too big. There's a concept in life or a thought or an analogy, how do you eat an elephant? And that is one small bite at a time. Or sometimes, even with wars, you're looking at yes, you have to keep the big picture in mind, but then you have to start taking a look at the little steps along the way that's going to eventually get you to the big steps. The big step is there so that I know eventually that's where I want to be, but then I have to look at the little steps that's going to be necessary to help me get there. So to find out what's the one change, what does it look like, and then take a look at what are the simple, easy things, low-hanging fruit steps that I can do to begin to make that change. The main thing in change is a rock solid principle: do to others what you would have them do to you. You want to change your organization, you want to see a change in the relationships, do to them what you would have done to you. And then here's another change you want to make: never stop. See, too frequently, remember we said winning is finishing. You have to continue doing it, even when you don't see the change. Great athletes and people who become great, they will tell you that they continue practicing. You continue practicing. You continue practicing until you see the results. In one of my studies and analogies, I told you that insanity is not doing the thing over and over and expecting a different result. If you do the things wrong again and again, expecting a different result, yes, that's probably insane. You're doing something wrong, but if you're doing the right thing, you need to continue to do it, continue to do it, continue to do it, and finish. And then you will have won because you never stopped. See, you didn't quit. Second, identify one area in your life or business that you would like to see change. But if it does not change, what change will you make so that at the end of the day, there will be change? So let's do that again. Identify one area in your life or business that you would like to see changed. But if it does not change, what change will you make so that at the end of the day, there will be change? I've seen too many people struggling. It's just like a fish. You're a fish. You're trying to bring it in. It won't come in, and you can't get it in. So you're going to keep fighting it? Cut bait and let it go. Cut bait and let it go. That's a rock solid principle that should help somebody today. Cut bait, let it go. I made a change. I'm willing to accept that this is not going to happen, so you make that change. Do to others what you would have them do to you. Stop trying to force somebody. Stop trying to make someone change. You do what you would have them do to you. And then again, remember what I've said in business. And this is so applicable. We'll help you out, or we'll help you out. You help them make that change. There's another concept about change, number 3. Change is debilitating when done to you. It's exhilarating when done with you. So let's do that again. It's debilitating when done to you, exhilarating when done with you. And just put that to application. So if you want to see some change in your organization, you want to see some change in your relationship, you need to invite, you need to get people. We're going to look at buy-in later, but they need to be part of that change. And frankly, if you can, you need to. This is why I tried to share these concepts with you before. You need to have them believe that they are driving that change. Empower them to drive that change. Because as is always human nature, you want to be the person in the driver's seat. You want to be the person to think that you are making that change. And so it's debilitating when done to you. So it's debilitating when you do it to someone, but it's exhilarating when you invite them in. Hey, here's something. Let's together see how we can make that change. And then there's another thought process that the world around you and change is shaped by the world within you. And that means that the world around you change. It first has to be change from how you see things. That's why you need to understand what winning is. You need to understand that in this discussion, in this scenario, winning is not me having my way, but winning is when the overall goal is reached. And that overall goal, hopefully, is a shared goal. We're going to look at that later together. Shared goals and shared values. And lastly, number 5 on changing. Changing is embracing, it's accepting others. When you embrace and you accept others, it fosters change. Now, I'm not talking about accepting bad habits. I'm not talking about accepting wrong, because there has to be values. And that's why we're going to take a look at these things. But when you look at the differences and other things that people bring to the table, and you embrace that, and you accept that how people do certain things, that will foster change, as opposed to you just saying, well, we need to change the way that you're doing it. This is another installment of Glenn Win with 10 with Glenn. I'll see you next time. Go take a look in the mirror and make that change.